Hi there, I'm Sam Heughan and welcome to Facebook Live here at the Barbour showroom in New York, celebrating the launch of my capsule collection with Barbour. I'm so excited that you could join us and I'm even more excited to show you the fabulous line that I've collaborated with Barbour. So I'm going to answer a few of your Facebook questions, so bear with me. Here we go. We have a question here. Number one, Mia Carroll on Facebook. And she asks, having worn Barbour's clothes for years, was there a particular style that you were focused on and wanted to expand on? I was obviously born and raised in the southwest Scotland in a rural area, and was very aware of Barbour's clothing. It's very practical. And I think really the heritage of Barbour, you know, I was born and raised in a village just around the corner from John Barbour, the creator of Barbour. And yeah, it's always been part of my life. It's always been there. And their clothing, the heritage, the wax jackets were just so synonymous with style, but also a sort of practical clothing. We have a question from Cindy Matz on Facebook. Being a long-time outdoorsman, what is the most important function you suggested to be in your line of clothing? I think, again, you know, obviously I love climbing and I love hiking and being outdoors, as these wonderful pictures show you. And yeah, I think it's also about practicality, but also about comfort. And you know, as soon as I put on you know, one of the jackets when we sort of created this new line and one of the samples, it just felt it fitted right. It felt comfortable. I love all the detailing, the tweed and the tartan we have on it. But you know, the pockets are there for a purpose. Barbour has this great heritage that everything there's for a reason. I was very lucky to see their archive collection and to see, you know, the progression of their clothing and how everything is there for a purpose. So yeah, in our clothing line, you'll see that, you know, there's nothing out of the ordinary. It's practical yet very stylish. Arlana David asks, which one of the pieces in your collection is the one you currently own and wear a lot of, and why? Ooh, well, if you follow me, I'm going to show you. My favorite piece, though I don't want to tell you, I don't want to have to pick one, because obviously I'm a real fan of them all. Each piece means something to me. But to me, I suppose it's the Dalkeith jacket. This has been styled on the James Bond jacket, which I know you may know that I am a big fan of James Bond. And so this is similar to the Bond jacket worn in Skyfall. However, we've got our own detailing. Obviously, we have the tartan, the trim on the inside. And the thing I was really keen on was this herringbone tweed, which, being born and brought up in Scotland, tweed is a really big business. And for me, I just love the detail there. Also the cuffs, we have these great cuffs that stone cuffs, and actually the lining of this jacket is really exciting. When they made the sample, you can see it has a red lining, and that was just because that was the material they're using for the samples, and I just loved it so much. I think it's like unsuspected. You don't expect to see something like that there. So yeah, it's a great jacket, and obviously when you're in Scotland, you need big pockets. You need to carry your hip flask. But also, you know, it's a really cool jacket to be worn, you know, in New York in the fall. Again, you know, the detail here is great on the sleeves, a bit more of the tweed. It's a cool jacket. Can I take this one home with me? They're nodding, so I can take it back with me. So we have another question. Yvonne Sue Smith on Facebook asks, what was the main impression you wanted to convey with your pieces? I wanted to reflect my personality, I think, and that's why Barbour feels like such a good fit. You know, from the tartan trim to where I was born and raised, it really is a reflection of who I am and where I come from. And I think that it's a great collaboration. And I'm always so proud when I see people, you know, walking down the street and I spot a Barbour, you know, whether it's the knitwear or the shirts or some of the fine jackets that they make. It makes me very proud. Jessica Delan on Facebook asks, if Jamie Fraser were living today, what piece in your collection would he wear? Oh, Jamie Fraser. Well, Jamie Fraser normally wears a kilt, but I think he would particularly like the knitwear. My favorite piece of the knitwear is this one here. I just think that they've done a great job in the detailing. Again, we have this fabulous tartan detail on the inside. It's nice and warm for the autumn-winter season, and I think Jamie Fraser would be pretty proud of that. And it's blue, so it goes with the colour of his eyes. Anne Busby on Facebook asks, was there one particular item or detail that you found in the Barbour archives to use for your collection? That's a really great question. I was obviously shown their jackets dating back to 1800s, and they really have progressed, but yet they always look like you could wear a jacket from 20, 30, 40 years ago, and they just look the same. They're so durable, and there's a great service that Barbour provides that you can send your jacket back at any time and have it re-waxed and fixed. So they really invest. Each piece is an investment and should last you a lifetime. But the one piece that really inspired me was a jacket that they created for the I believe he was a colonel in the Falklands War, and he obviously had to have a very practical jacket, so his epaulettes were on various parts of his jacket. He had pockets to hold his ammunition, and it made me realize that each piece had functionality to it. So whether it's a shotgun shell pocket at the back to put your shotgun shells in, or these big pockets at the front, it's all about practicality. And I particularly like the epaulettes. I like the shoulder the shoulder padding, and I think that's kind of a reflection in those pieces. Lisa I'm going to try and say your name, you're at enlitzcoach2014 on Twitter. Hi Twitter. How much input did you have with the design process? Actually, I had a great deal of input with the team. As I said, I went down to South Shields, which is at the north of England, where the main Barbour factory is, and I got to meet all the people that work on the line there, and I watched them build these jackets. It's incredible. They are such skilled workers, and within sort of, I think it's about 50 minutes, they can make a whole jacket. Incredible work that goes into these. But they showed me their archive, and we discussed everything that I like about Barbour, that I look in clothing, that I look for when buying something, and we really discussed the sizing and the fit. So then they took those away, and they have these great designers, Gary being one of their head designers there, and came back with some ideas, and we had several Skype calls and then some more meetings as well. So it's been a great collaboration and a lot of fun, and it feels like a while since we finally got this all together. But we did this great photo shoot in Scotland. I think you get to see the women's collection as well. We have this oversized shawl that's featured in the video that we've released online, and that day to see everything put together finally was really exciting for me. Jennifer at Wrigley Guinness on Twitter asks, love your collection, Sam. Do you have a favorite piece? Well, I've almost answered that, but for the women's collection, apart from the oversized shawl, which I think is just wonderful, this amazing tartan shawl, but this piece here, the women's wax jacket, is just flattering, fitted. I love the waist on it. Again, it has our tartan detailing on it. You can see, and obviously has the Sam Heughan capsule collection on the back of it there. It's a beautiful piece, very functional, looks awesome, it's chic, and ideal for the Highlands of Scotland, but also for walking down the streets of New York, especially in the weather that's changing here. Anna Mond at Mond Suarez on Twitter asks, what part of you is reflected in the design of the clones? Well, I think, again, going back to, it's about autumn, winter, and about being warm and comfortable and practical, but yet stylish. And I think that's what this line really, we've started off with, from the knits to even the tweed jacket, which again, was something that I really pushed for with Barbour. I think it's reflected very much part of Scotland and its heritage. So this is another great piece. And again, as you can see, it's well fitted, very flattering, very classy. And there's a great shirt that goes with that as well. Next question. We have any more questions? Gretchen at Gretchen Landis on Twitter asks, did the Scottish landscape give you any inspiration for your collection? Absolutely. I think you can see in all the videos and the photographs we've done of the collection that the colors are really reflected in the whole collection. They're very autumnal, of course. We're going into autumn and winter, and I think they work perfectly. Not only on the Scottish landscape, though, also around the world, wherever you are. So yeah, I'm just very proud of all the pieces. Elisa Rand at Snowfalls on Twitter. Okay, these are great names. Okay, what inspired you in the creative process in putting this collection together, and what surprised you that you did not know? I think I've already said, that I was inspired very much by, the Scottish landscape and about where I was brought up. But also, I was surprised, to find out that Barbour is this great company and that is growing a lot, and it's been really well received, across the world. And we're here in America, and I'm very excited later to go and to meet everyone in some of the Barbour stores. It's been so well received, and I love that you love the collection, so thank you. Jessica D'Amico at Jeddah21 on Twitter asks, does the Sam Heughan collection include any new tartan designs, or did it rely on historical ones? I believe we've used a lot of the Barbour's classic tartan in this. It fits alongside their tartan collection. But I'm a real big fan of the tartan. If I can show you some of the colors involved. It's like blue and red. I can't find, oh, there we go, on the hoods. On this jacket here, we have obviously a great hood for that inevitable Scottish weather when it starts to rain, and it's going to rain. There, you can see some of the tartan there, and it's beautiful. It looks classic, but it's also, it's very stylish. I think it goes with everything. You've got greens in there and blues, so you can kind of wear anything with it, whether it's a t-shirt or a shirt. I might take this one home as well. In fact, I think I'm going to take them all home. Next question, Bobby. If I don't destroy the Barbour showroom, it's going to be a mess when I leave this place. Bobby at Barbara Tulin on Twitter asks, what aspect of your own personal style is reflected in the collection? I think that the whole collection is very stylish, as I said, comfortable. There's a kind of ruggedness to some of the pieces as well. This shirt I'm wearing is it's got a really nice feel to it. It can be dressed up, obviously, and again, talking about detailing, I'm not sure if you can quite see that in this light, but we just have a little nod to the Scottish roots of the Sam Heughan Barbour collection. So yeah, it's just something that I want to wear and that I feel comfortable in, and I really can't wait to see everyone kitted out in their Barbour Sam Heughan collection. So go buy some shirts and some jackets. Christina Helms 1 on Twitter asks, what was your favorite part of creating the line? It really was, going to see them and see their archive and realize that there's this great heritage. I was very fortunate to meet Dame Margaret and Helen Barbour, and they were very welcoming. And I realized it's a great family. It's one of the few sort of British heritage manufacturers that are left still manufacturing in the UK, and it is a great family there, and they really look after their staff. They have a whole scheme for staff on their scheme who are working there to then gain a diploma or to gain an education, and they put a lot back into charity as well. And charity is a great aspect of everything that we get the power to do, and it's wonderful to be able to give back to people. So I feel like I've been welcomed by Barbour. They now trust me in their showrooms. They don't realize that I'm going to have a party here later. So thank you, Barbour, for being very trusting and welcome me into your family. Cookie Roof at 10MindDQ on Twitter asks, I'm sure that's not how you say your name, but is there a particular piece to the collection that you're most proud of having a hand in? I think the whole thing has been very rewarding. It's over a year now that that we have actually created the collection. There have been so many conversations, and we've looked at materials and different styles, and to see them fully realized and see them now on the rail is very rewarding. I hope that people like them. I am very proud of them. It just feels like a little taste of Scotland, or a little taste of Barbour, wherever you go. So yeah, I'm very proud. So each piece is like my child. I can't pick one. Susanna Genzu on Facebook asks, has Outlander influenced your collection at all? I think, I went back to work in Scotland on Outlander, and I fell in love with my country again, and definitely that's why this is such a good fit. You get a little piece of Scotland in each part of this collection. But it's updated, it's not old school. We have, these amazing quilted jackets, which actually I live in Scotland. You can see the men's one here. The quilted jackets are very comfortable, very lightweight. And I know that the women's quilted jacket obviously comes in different colors. It's so lightweight. It's stylish and flattering, and you can see the waist comes in at the side there, and it's comfortable, but yet obviously we have all the great detailing. So yes, I'm very happy with it, and I think that probably answers Amanda Crystal's question, which is, what is your favorite piece for women from your collection? I've talked about the oversized shawl. It's amazing, but this would probably be my second favorite, along with a wax jacket. It's very comfortable. It's so lightweight. This would be perfect, year round. It also has great detailing. We have this lovely elbow pads here, and it's lightweight, flattering, sexy. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. But I do love the wax jacket as well. Carmen Parker on Facebook asks, how long does it take from an idea to completion? Well, Barbour, and it was very interesting to work with them to realize that they work so far in advance. Because of course it takes time to manufacture things, to do all the publicity, all the press for it, and then to get it on the shelves. So we shot a lot of this stuff a year ago. We've been working together for a long time now, and to finally have it out there is incredible. And the autumn winter collection really is like the first step into designing, my capsule collection. We have also already worked forwards into spring and summer next year, so we really do have to work far in advance. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to see it develop, the collection, and to see what you guys like as well. So please do let us know, what parts of the collection you like, what you would like to see within it. Yeah, so it's been a great journey so far. Lindsay Lou on Instagram. Hi Instagram, asks, the pictures are beautiful. Where in Scotland were your campaign images shot? Yes, they are fantastic, and we've got some great videos as well. Barbour have a wonderful team that work very hard on them, and it's actually, most of it has been shot in the borders of Scotland. There's a great estate there, and yeah, it was the first time we got to see my collection out in the environment, and it was raining like so badly, and the poor model that was alongside me was drenched. But do you know what? She was wearing the capsule collection, so she was dry underneath, and I think it looks fantastic. So yeah, it really was a great start. I might even post a wee video I've got of the first day when we were about to shoot the first shot for the capsule collection. So I'll post that on social media. Robin Huffnagel on Instagram asks, it seems like you're always outside. Your work, exercise, etc. Do you consider yourself an outdoorsman? Can you light a campfire or pitch a tent? That's a very good question. I am outside a lot, you're right. Yes, in Scotland when I'm working there, obviously we're outdoors a lot, and I do love to climb and hike, and I am a bit of an outdoorsman, and may have just purchased my first kayak, so that could be the next thing. Maybe Barbour could do a Barbour boat or a Barbour kayak. Yes, can I light a fire? Well, that's very interesting. I've never tried, but maybe we can integrate something into the collection. And I think, that's what's great about the collection. It's practical. We'll have some pockets designed that we can have your safe fire lighters, etc. Emily Town on Instagram asks, do you have any emotional ties or memories connected to Barbour? I do, actually. That's interesting. I was obviously born and raised in the southwest of Scotland in a rural area, and it was on a farm, and I, as a kid, used to sort of watch the local shepherds and farmers dip their sheep, which was to, to get rid of any infections. And I just remember at a very young age, seeing them wearing these long Barbour trench coats or Barbour wellies, which are sort of rain boots, I suppose. And yeah, I just always remember, they were very practical, and they always had a great smell to them. It's the wax, which obviously keeps out the rain and provides a great sort of fortitude against the weather. But yeah, they're just so stylish as well. And it's strange how Barbour has always been in my life as growing up. I just knew that even from a child that if you invest in Barbour, it's going to stay with you a lifetime, and they certainly do. Anne at Wildflower Train on Twitter asks, I'm traveling to Scotland for the first time in October. What go-to items would you recommend packing for sightseeing? Well, Anne, I hope you have a fantastic time in Scotland. I shall be there, so maybe we could climb a mountain together. Let's face it, it's going to rain. It's going to be a little bit windy, but the weather is going to change all the time, much like it does here in New York, actually. And the best thing for that is for layering. This collection really does layer very well, from the knits, which will keep you warm, to the the outerwear, which will keep you dry. You can take a layer off, you can unzip. They've all got great insulation, maybe the shawl to go on top. So yeah, to definitely to layer, because you're going to be taking things on and off. And I guess anywhere you are in the world, whether in New York or anywhere else, internationally. This collection, Autumn Winter, really deals with this season, and it should protect you but make you look stylish as well. So if anyone asks what you're wearing, just make sure you tell them it's the Sam Heughan collection with Barbour. Our last question, I'm being told, because I have to go to a couple of stores here in New York to see how everyone's reacting to the line. So Lee at Lee K on Twitter asks, what is the inspiration for the next Sam Heughan signature collection with Barbour? Well, as I said before, we've already started working towards spring and summer, so that's really exciting. Sneak peek into that, it's again, what I like to wear: fitted t-shirts, layering hoodies, summer wear, which is a whole new concept to me, because summer, in Scotland is very different to the rest of the world. So we've, tried to design something that really fits internationally, whether you're in Los Angeles or on the beach somewhere. It's stuff that will make you look cool and yet classy, and have a little bit of that Barbour heritage. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the collection. Thank you for joining me here in the Barbour showroom. I haven't destroyed the place, but that's because I haven't had a whiskey just yet, but I'm sure there's always time. Please take a look at the collection. It's in Barbour stores, online, and at Macy's as well. And so I will see you all later. I'm off to see how the collection is going and meet some of you at the Barbour stores. So thanks for joining me.